I'm going to reverse source for the next 10 minutes to find as many profitable leads as I can to sell on Amazon. My name's Alex with AC Flip, six-figure seller. Let's go. Okay, we only have 10 minutes, so I need to go as quickly as possible. There is a Nike sale happening, so I'm going to start with Nike products to see if we can find any of those on the sale. So Nike, let's do Nike socks because hopefully we find some sellers that have other Nike products in their portfolio here. So again, we'll just start with the first product we see here. We're going to look at seller amp here. We're going to storefront stock some of these sellers. Got to load. Okay, so we're going to look for sellers that have a couple of reviews, but not zero. These are all, a lot of them are really good. So I like 109. That seems pretty solid. Let's see how many Nike products they have. We got to make quick decisions on certain things so we can determine if the storefront is good or bad right away. We see they only have 4 Nike products. This whole storefront doesn't have a ton of products. So for me, almost not even worth looking at, because do they even source often? They only have, they have a lot of reviews, but how do they only have 9 ASINs, right? So I guess it doesn't hurt to look at some of this stuff. So again, I'm going to do all my analysis right on the seller amp page here so I can go quickly. So $55 seems to be that FBA price, maybe down to 50 recently, but yeah, 52 seems to be that top FBA seller. So we're going to go right to Google here. Got to get this for like $25. Looks like 32, which is a little bit too high for us. Shields, they don't have any discounts either normally, so might be a little bit too high for us. This is 42, but Nike is running a sale, so let's just see if Nike can give us that 25% off. If not, we're still not quite close enough on a 42. Yeah, and they don't have the discount, so we will move on to the next one. Again, this storefront, not very good, just based on the few listings they have. So let's go back to our list here and take a look at some of these other ones. 36 reviews, that's pretty solid. So let's take a look here. And if it's all socks, right, we're going to move on. So we see they don't have another 4 ASIN count, so we're going to move off that listing here. It's surprising that some of these storefronts have a decent amount of reviews, but they only have a couple ASINs and not that many products, like 3 Nike products, and it's all socks. Interesting. So we might have to look at some other storefronts or just a different listing here. How about the one that has a ton in stock? Should have some Nike listings. Okay, they have 18. We will keep moving here. Skip the socks because those are really hard to find for $2. Can you find a pair of socks for $2 in stores? No. So we got men's free run, $50 max cost. Looks like the price is slightly inflated, but I'd like to maybe look at the data a little further to see if the offer count is down from what it normally is. We do see, yeah, that $82, $83 price point seems to be reasonable. 23 sellers on the listing. Again, we got to look at the variations, but let's just see if we can even find this product fairly cheap enough. So 50 max cost. We're looking at 52 with Nike. So that's actually a good sign. So what I want to do here is now look into the data, check out the variations that are maybe the highest buy box, and see if we can find something profitable, because just based off of this information, there's probably too many variations to know, what this is listed at here. And a $50 max cost doesn't mean much to me if there's not enough data to support that. So I'm going to go right to Keepa, go to the variations tab, and see which variations are selling quickly, as well as the ones that have a high buy box. So, and we want to make sure, let's see, if we open up Nike, we just want to see what colors are available and which ones are actually on the discount, right? So it's currently 30% off plus an extra 25. So it looks like this black with the white, or this kind of a grayish color, doesn't have any sizes. The gray does have sizes, but it's not on the discount. Okay, so the black one is the only one with an extra 25% off. So we have quite a bit of sizes here. So let's try to find one that's the most profitable. So it's the black with the white rim around the bottom. $75, probably not enough for us. 75, let's keep scrolling. 75, black, size 12. Okay, size 12 looks reasonable. If 88 is the actual price, then we might actually have something to look at there, and that might have to be the one we look at. So let's click on that, size 12. Want to make sure that we can actually purchase this profitably enough. So it looks like 88 is the low price, which is cool. We were in a lull for a bit, starting to creep up a little bit on the offer count, but doesn't scare me too much. Again, so we're seeing this for, just to be quick about it, $52, $52.48. Not quite profitable enough. We're going to make $12 on this, but we want to see a little bit higher ROI before we make a purchase like that. So looks like they're probably selling the size 12, this storefront. But we just know that that max cost is a little bit too low for what we can get it for, which is interesting because we would have to probably get this for like $92 to just be above, yeah, more than that, 93 just to be in a 30% range. But we want to be higher than 30%, especially on a shoe. So we are going to move on to the next product here. We see Jordan. The BSR is a little bit low for me. I guess it does bounce around a decent amount, but that's all the Nike products they have. Wow. So, all right, on to the next storefront. Maybe this isn't the greatest starting point. Maybe we should have left that, looked at the sellers on that one listing there, but let's keep looking at a few others here. Again, the goal is just to find products as quickly as possible. And we know Nike's running a sale, so ideally we're finding these products and then finding the direct match on Nike, or maybe some other sites that are trying to match Nike's sale. A lot of socks here. We see that, okay, this is a different shoe here. Price is definitely tanked from where it was, but it's leveled out at like $67, $68. So its buy box is at 70, which is interesting. Let's just see, can we even get this close to 38? If we can't, obviously we're moving on. So what is the shoe itself? So it says Nike race running shoe, which doesn't give us much context, doesn't look like the Revolution 6. Okay, so sometimes just doing a Google search and searching this title isn't enough. Let's open Amazon just real quick to see if there's a little bit better title we can search for on this product. Maybe it is Revolution 6, but of course, gymnastic shoes. So they don't give a ton of information on the actual like product itself, which might, I guess, weed it out as a product we can look at, because unless we're looking specifically, like we could do like maybe a reverse search on the, on the image. But so it is a Revolution 6. We just want to make sure. Okay, so maybe, oops, close out of that. So let's actually open Google. Can we get the Revolution 6? Because we can get this one. If this is a good variation listing, which a 4K rank might actually have this variation, and if Dick's Sporting Goods has it for $38, we're already in our price range. So this might work for us. Let's take a look and see if any of these other variations sell well, because a 4K rank, they're going to have a decent amount of variations that sell pretty well. But this one specifically, $70 is the current buy box. Offer counts semi-inflated from what it was a while ago, which is why the price was so high before. So this price tanking isn't really a huge tank, because it's going to go down when the offer count goes up. So let's look at the variations and see if we can find any other higher buy boxes, or this color that we want, because it looks like at Dick's Sporting Goods we have the right shoe. We just have the black and white version, not the all black version. So black and white version is here. Again, we want this to be a little bit higher. 8.5 at $64. What are we looking at here? So $70 is this to get for 38. So we want to be closer to $70, going to give us the best chance of being profitable here. Size 9 is 66. We're getting close. 82 on the 8.5 all blacks. That's pretty nice. We're not seeing, a super high buy box on this, but let's just take a look at like maybe the highest buy box we see on the black and whites. So it looks like that 66 size 9 is the highest. Let's look at the chart, make sure that, the price is what we expect it to be. So we're looking at $66.99, and it looks like that's fairly reasonable, especially with the buy box being back on this product. It might actually help it sell a little bit faster. But $66.99 looks to be a pretty reasonable price. So let's type that in here, $66.99. So we're looking at a $36.59 max cost. So if we open this listing, we can potentially use that 10% catch-all on Dick's Sporting Goods, which is pretty nice. So we see that 9 is in stock. That's pretty nice. So $38.99. If we type that in, $38.99, again, we have that 10% catch-all. So we're getting this shoe for $35.09. If we really wanted to take into account gift cards to give us a little bit extra percentage, right? Maybe that gives us another 4 or 5%. So we can multiply by 0.96. We could look on card cash, but I'll just assume that we're getting anywhere from 4 to 6%. And then we're getting this for $33.69, $13 profit, 41% ROI. That's borderline, especially at the current price, right? We're seeing that $66.99 it's not inflated, but it's also, not the low. We saw it as low as 64, basically. Down here, we see it, closer to $60. So I guess best case scenario, right? We're selling this at 60. Best case could be higher than $66.99, but, reasonably, we expect to get a 41% ROI. If it did go down to $59.99, we're still going to make 23%, which is a pretty good worst case scenario, at least in the last 3 months. And then, best case, if we were selling it, closer to 70, we're going to make almost 50% ROI. So I would say this is a pretty big win here. Let's take a look at how often we think we can sell this product. If we go to the variations tab, we want to see what are the ratings count doing, right? We see that the ratings count is going up pretty quickly. We see a nice steady incline. So, although it's 4% here, it does have a lot of ratings. So in 4% of like 5,000, that's pretty awesome, right? We're going to see, anywhere from potentially upwards of 200 sales per month on this product, if you do the math. So there's 16 offers, half of these are priced way out of, they're not even priced competitively. So top 5 are priced competitively. So if we stay competitive in our pricing, we could probably sell, upwards of 50 a month, right? And that's, barring you want to buy 50 and you expect the price to stay steady. I mean, we can see right now the price is at $63.97, but realistically, we could sell this at $66.99. That's where the buy box is, or at least was over the last 24 hours. So again, not something I'd go super deep on just because of the price fluctuation. But if we can sell even 10 of these or 20 of these in a month, I mean, that's going to make us, almost $300 profit in one product. So that's really awesome. Wow. So that 10 minutes went up really quickly. At least we were able to find some profit and a decent chunk of profit too. This is almost $300 profit in a 10-minute span is pretty awesome. And if we kept sourcing, I think we could have found a lot more profit, but wanted to keep the video concise for you guys, 10 minutes. So if you enjoyed the video, found some value out of it, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.